You've been ranting and raving about the Jets the last couple of days. You were telling them, please, for the love of God, pull the trigger. You're going to be the laughingstock of the league if you go to war with Zach Wilson every single game. You got your wish, right? You made the bet 6.5 over yesterday or under with the win total minus 170. That's a dead ticket now.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Yep. Well, they waited too long, and this is about the worst they could have done. They grabbed Siemian. So will they even play the guy? That's one thing. Is he going to assign to the practice squad? So he's at risk of losing the locker room. I'm sure the defense is livid with all the reports about anyone else plays like this. They would have been benched a long time ago. And then he's coming out saying he's not the problem and not the reason why they're losing, but he is the reason why. So anyone's an upgrade. But now what will it take for them to finally put Wilson's ass on the bench? So we'll see. And the Boo Birds will be out ready to go Sunday night on live television. As one fan yelled at Wilson when he was walking off the field, these seats aren't cheap, and he's right about that. So, well, it's Siemian. We'll see if he gets in there, but disappointed in Salah, who's a liar about we're not going to do anything, and Zach's our guy, and then they sign somebody, and then just to continuously back this guy who can't play a lick. So, well, we'll see what they can do with Siemian, but he won some games in New Orleans and Denver, but it was a long time ago. It seems like it was 10 years ago when he beat Tom Brady and came in relief with the Saints and won that game. But as I've said many times, anyone's an upgrade because Wilson's the worst quarterback in the league.
Oh, trust me. I mean, you might not be excited about Trevor Siemian. There's not much to get excited about. He's better than Zach Wilson. He absolutely is. There's no debate, really. Now, is it like a huge upgrade? No, but his numbers, by the way, suggested over his career, his numbers have been better than Zach Wilson, too. Does that mean that this is going to correct the ship? They're going to be a playoff team? Absolutely not. But, I mean, again, this is the rumor that came out last night from Rich Cimini. You hinted at it. Mm-hmm. The team was, quote, ready to explode. Some were calling Salah a Zach Wilson apologist. They did not like what he was saying every single day. And Cimini wrote, quote, this defense knows that if any other player were performing his job, Paul, you said this, the way Wilson is performing, that player would be benched.
Sure.
Cimini, quote, trust me, there's tension in that locker room. I get the sense that this team could be ready to implode. End of quote. And here's my guess. Siemian will get on the field at some point. I don't know when that's going to be. But the Jets are not done. They will add at least one more quarterback to the locker room before the trade deadline or before whenever they can still make a move. They're going to make another move. This is not the end of it at all. They'll make another. They'll see that Siemian is not going to be the answer, and they're going to hear about it again from the media, and they're going to hear about it from their fans, and they're going to hear about it from everywhere. And they're going to say, we got to make one more move. I don't know who that player is going to be. I think they can revisit somebody like Carson Wentz. I think the ship has sailed. Once Matt Ryan reached out and they said no, I think that's done. I mean, He's got a broadcasting gig, and that guy's coming up on 40 at any point. So you'd have to get him in that locker room and on the field immediately with Hackett's play calling and the playbook overall. But
I take Wentz over Siemian. I would.
Yeah, so would I.
But there was the finger pointing was last year, and they couldn't stand the guy last year, and they had the Mike White T-shirts as you talked about. And they still bring him back and get rid of Mike White. What do you think's going to happen this year? And Orlovsky when you look at study the game film and you see the one play where Wilson's wide open and Zach doesn't throw it to him, I mean, he can't see anything. Mm-hmm. No confidence. And everything's just a dump off. I mean, all you need to know was the 4th and 10 play. The season's on the line. He throws a 1-yard pass. So he can't see a damn thing out there.
No.
So you knew they couldn't stand him. When they give up 3 points and they get the walk-off punt return last year and he's asked twice to owe the defense an apology. No, I'm good. I'm good. And I don't know if there's something here, too. I don't have the long list in front of me. But it just seems that it's like when you come from money, it just Rosen, Wilson, right? There's just something wrong. There's something, it doesn't click. There's something off there.
Right. If you're not good, you're going to be able to fall back on how you were brought up.
Yeah.
And you've always had that safety net. So, I mean, by the way, the numbers don't lie again. This is a pretty telling graphic here when you look at some of the numbers and the names on this list. I'd take Tyrod Taylor in a heartbeat over Zach Wilson. But the Giants, so here you go. Success rate, Simeon's been better.
Right.
EPA per play, he's been better. Adjusted EPA per play. Wilson is behind Dwayne Haskins, Davis Mills, Nick Foles, Alex Smith, from some of these years that they were playing. Darnold, I would at any name on that list, I would take over Zach Wilson. No hesitation. I would take Colt McCoy. Huntley with the Ravens. Come on, who's the better quarterback? Not close. We can laugh all we want about Desmond Ridder. The Falcons are going to go nowhere deep with him at quarterback. Desmond Ridder is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. It doesn't look pretty with him on a week-in, week-out basis. But, I mean, this is... I was surprised to see that some of those numbers for Kaiser were better than Wilson, because I thought Kaiser was probably the worst quarterback I've ever seen play, or certainly one of them. But the numbers actually suggested he was better than Wilson. I was surprised by that. But this guy's pretty much... Look at that draft again. The next time... The can't-miss quarterback, got to take their guy, franchise right? Wilson went number 2 in the draft. Trey Lance went number 3. Incredible. Yep. These organizations whiff over and over and over again on the same position.
Yeah, they were just going to they were going to throw the season in the trash can, which was driving me nuts because it's a top 5 defense. And you could just watch what they were doing in New Orleans. New Orleans was winning games with that Taysom Hill stuff that they were running. And they with Siemian, Winston, whoever was in there, they were winning games. And they're just like, well, he's not the reason we're losing, and he's our quarterback and gives us the best chance to win. And that graphic you read earlier with quarterback efficiency going back, only Josh Rosen is behind Zach Wilson. That's how bad it is. So we'll see how long he can keep his job, and the mutiny's coming, rest assured, because here come the Chiefs. And then, how bad is it? How bad is it? They are underdogs in Denver. That's all you need to know. They play the Broncos next week. That's how bad Zach Wilson is. Yeah. They're underdogs against the Broncos.
Does Siemian get on the field in that game?
I don't know how. Well, that's the other thing. It's the Aaron Rodgers offense. And then with Buddy Hackett, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take. Now, the reports are wherever he goes, he picks it up like this. He has no problem picking up the offense, and he's ready to go. Siemian.
Northwestern kid, right?
Yeah, but that's... okay, but I don't know. But does he know the offense, and then you just want to put him in there? I mean, they should have had a guy weeks ago, like Sal Pal told us last week. I can't believe they haven't done anything.
So Hackett has to go to war and get revenge on Sean Payton with potentially Trevor Siemian.
Well, it's better than Wilson.
I know, but of all guys they could have picked up.
I know, but that's all you need to know. They are underdogs against the Broncos.
Are you adding any more to your win total bet that you made? 6.5 under -170 yesterday?
No.
No, you're good with it?
Well...
Trevor Siemian's not going to come on. He's not going to move the needle here.
No, he's an upgrade, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play. And who knows? You might be right. Maybe they add another guy.
I think they will. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Kaepernick reached out with the letter. I mean, that's.
Wouldn't you rather have him sight unseen than Trevor Siemian or Zach Wilson? I can promise you that Colin Kaepernick's a better quarterback right now than Zach Wilson.
Wow, that's interesting.
Oh, there's zero doubt in my mind.
He hasn't played in 7 years.
I don't care. Don't care. He's better. The guy was super athletic his entire life. He can come out there and run around. He can at least make a play with his legs.
Went to the Super Bowl.
Wilson can't do anything.
Yeah. You probably have something there. He can just, when in doubt, he can take off and run. And you can remember he had the most rushing yards ever in a playoff game.
Oh, for sure. And he's got a rifle for an arm. He could get the ball out. He could get the ball to Wilson. Zach stands back there and he looks at his guys wide open. He can't make up his mind. He's so indecisive. It's like he's so scared, Paul. I mean,
that's right.
All I can think about is Sam Darnold. I'm seeing ghosts out there.
Well said.
Zach Wilson's, it's a carbon copy.
He's afraid to fail.
He
turn the ball over.
He doesn't want to play.
It's on Douglas also and Woody Johnson, the owner, because you had Mike White. I mean, you were 7-4, and then the injuries happened. And then you went back to Wilson. I mean, you have the ball in Buffalo. Mike White's got bruised ribs. You're driving to tie the game. And then how about Flacco? Why don't you bring Flacco back? Can't move. That's the other problem. The offensive line stinks. But
here's the thing: Wilson can move around a little bit on his feet. Flacco's a statue, and with this offensive line, I'm not so sure. So that same thing with Matt Ryan. Remember Matt Ryan last year at Indy? Mm-hmm. Felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
You could tell early on. It's like, ooh, this is not going to go like we anticipated here. Not going to end well. I mean, he's taking shots left and right.
That's the biggest indictment yet. Forget about their underdogs against the Broncos. You think Kaepernick's better. He hasn't played in 7 years. There you go.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you took a poll of people who could set the nonsense aside, they'd tell you the same exact thing. You're going to question whether or not Kaepernick's better than Zach Wilson right now. I'm not. The guy's been working out the whole time. He wants to get back with the football team. But unfortunately, for him anyway, the guy was blackballed from the league. So he'll never land anywhere ever again.
Yeah.
So,
good fun though. Happened right if we got off the air.
But here's why you can't waste any time.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
the Commanders.
That's right.
Like 2 weeks ago, it's like Sam Howell's going to be our guy. Well, then pick up the phone, call. What do you want for Brissett? Now? No chance. Guy goes out there and has a 4 INT game. How about Jameis Winston? Pff, come on, Carr's hurt. He's off the list.
Yep.
They just were wasting time day after day, week after week. No, we're gonna trust Zach. We took him number 2 overall in the draft. He's okay. Unbelievable, man.
Mm-hmm. Just lies. And these guys are guys are professionals, and they see the same crap in practice. I mean, they know when you're lying to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's laughable.
Yeah, as we said pretty much that week after Rodgers went down, this was going to be Jacksonville with Blake Bortles all over again.
Yeah.
And evidently it already is.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.